Hello and welcome to Wednesday's edition of Sunday League to Legend. This is Leyland Albion and we are on Football Manager 21. Today's episode was actually supposed to be against Cheshunt, who are the predicted champions in the pitching in Isthmian League South Central Division. Long names for leagues down here. Once you get up to the Vanarama, it's pretty simple. Before that, lots of syllables. They are the favourites, the pre-season favourites, anyway, to triumph. So I wanted to feature them on this episode. But then, two things happened. Firstly, as we just look at the season preview to show that I was correct, they've moved down one. They've moved down to second place following their relegation. The entire sport of rugby are first and expected to win the league. We're up to fifth, actually, in terms of our prediction. That's new. Definitely weren't there at the start of the season. I decided that we were going to feature this game because it is my 100th game in management. Tango hits 100 games. I think there was a bit of a news item around. There it is. Talented manager. Look at that. Performing miracles in the league. And so far we've won the North West Counties Division 1 North, Builder-Based FA Vars and the English North West Counties Premier Division just last season. I've also recently completed another coaching qualification. At the cost of £600 over 4 months, I've picked up the National A licence. Up next, a Continental licence. James Dodd, my assistant, has a Continental C licence, and I do not like the idea of him being more qualified than me. Greg Miller, on the other hand, has a Continental Pro licence. Fair play to him. I'm going to have to sort that out because I'm not too happy with James Dodd there, usurping my authority with his qualifications, slapping them all over the table. Not impressed. The other reason is that the game against Albion Sports, never heard of them, is at the Citadel, which I think is a fantastic name for a football ground. So we are going to feature the game against another Albion, the Albion Derby. Sure. We have played a host of games already this season. So you were last with us, I think it was the opening day, when we played Marlow and won 4-2. Since then, we have been on our customary run of great form. As you can see, the only loss that we've picked up has been in the FA Cup, which is annoying. The FA Cup third qualifying round we made it to, where we lost 2-1 to Chippenham, who last season were Vanarama National South side, I think. So, disappointing, but look at all that green on the screen. Look at all these lovely wins. It's funny actually, I think we've only played 10 games in the league because look at all these cup fixtures in 3 different competitions. We had the FA Cup preliminary, we'll get that right, North West Counties Cup and the Builder-Based FA Vars, our defence of that, which began, as you can see, with an 8-3 win against Kings Lynn Reserves. Followed that up a week later with a 7-3 triumph over Guernsey. Another important location in the UK there, just put to one side, left in the weeds. It hasn't been all our own way, despite, obviously, a 6-2 win away at Northwood. We had to go to extra time against Christchurch with plenty of goals there. I mean, look, 4 goals in extra time. 5. Of course there was 5. Otherwise, how would we have won? With Connor Finlayson getting 2, Tom Dawson. He's been our superstar this year. Ever since Connor Comer left, Dawson has picked up the mantle and he's run with it. Got to give him full credit. We then had to go into extra time against Silsden. Away there, this time it was Lewis Salmon, so one of the backup brigade. Really pushing for a start is Salmon, to be honest. Bit difficult to keep leaving him out. I have got a feeling that I'm going to have to bring back the 4-3-3 that we had last season, which pushed the fullbacks right up into attacking wing backs. They provided the width, and we had 3 central strikers, 3 in midfield, Probably 2 defensive midfielders just covering off at the back there. Something to think about. In terms of the league fixtures, if we take off all these different cup competitions, there being plenty of them, you can see that we've actually only played, I think it's 10 games in the league, and we've won them all. We've only kept 2 clean sheets, that coming against Chalfont St Peter, when Dan Williams got an early red card within the opening half hour. However, by that point, we were 3 goals up, so let's not think that that was a big turning point. One away fan witnessed that. I suspect he was going crazy on the touchline when that red card came in. Again, as you can see, Finlayson and Dawson amongst the scorers. We then played rugby, 5-0. Dawson with a hat-trick, Finlayson, and Konstantinos Makris, another backup striker. Again, it's difficult to leave him out. He's now an under-21 international, I think, for Greece. I am going to check that in a second. But he, again, is another one. Cypriot. He is, not Greek. Practically the same thing, isn't it? That's one way to offend an entire nation. He's done really well for us. As you can see, 7 under-21 caps and 1 under-21 goals. He's got 14 for us this season in only 6 starts and 7 substitute appearances. Really good return from him. In fact, in terms of our squad, you will just see goals aplenty at the sharp end of the field. Dawson has 24, Salmon with 16, Makris 14. Finlayson has been the real letdown. Only 13 goals coming from somebody that was absolutely prolific last season. It's been 6 for Gary Roberts, 2 for Brad Weir. In fact, there's a host of players on 2. But in terms of our assists, they've come mainly through the wingers. Joshua Ede, along with Shelton Payne, Connor Rousseau's up there with 6 as well. Mike Corral is a right back who enjoys going forward, it has to be said. Simon Heslop through the middle, he's provided 7 for us. And just look at all these average ratings. If you think about our worst players, they are the ones generally that haven't played that many, or they're in central defence. No surprise to see the likes of Adam Wharton, Aaron Morris, or Tommy Lent all down there underneath a 7. Although fair play to Tommy Lent, a 6.98, not too shabby for him. But yeah, it's as always, it's the defence that are causing us problems and not really doing the business for us. While I'm here, I'm just going to swap Aaron Morris out because he isn't entirely fully fit at the minute. This is our lineup for today. As you can see, Lewis Salmon starts up front with Tom Dawson. Finlayson relegated to the bench. Joshua Ede is on the left. Shelton Payne is on the right. I always want to play Harry Walker or Connor Rousseau, to be honest. But Rousseau's played a lot of football as of late. So Payne's going to come in on the right. We've got Fallon, Lawler, Lent and Corral across the back with Fallows in goal. Now, the other thing that I want to show you on here is we are now going for our 3rd promotion in succession. We've done well in the cup competitions, as you've seen. We won the FA Vars last year, and we're still in with a shout of retaining it this year. And I really want to win North West Counties Cup, which we've got a good opportunity to do so. We're in the quarter-final against a team from the league below us, from what I remember. If I can find that. Here we go, North West Counties Cup. Yeah, as you can see, our next game is against the City of Liverpool. And we pretty much ruled the roost on them last season. So I'm expecting that to continue. Matt Thornhill, doubtful with a hip injury. He's currently out at the minute. The point I want to make is there's nothing weird on this screen. There's no, how would you say, cheats. There's no weird flexes or anything like that. We've gone for wing play to start with, on attacking mentality. In possession, dead simple. Wide, focus play down the wings. Tempo high, play for set pieces. In fact, the other thing I need to add at this moment is work ball into the box. But it's, again, nothing too difficult. Nothing is too strange. There it is. The only thing that I think is a little bit of where I've taken advantage, let's put it, is this bit here on the right. Distribute over opposition defence for the goalkeeper. Distribute quickly and take long kicks. It just seems that the defences down at this level like to play pretty high, and we can get our players in behind, and that gets us goals. Now, it's sort of similar to, I think it was Football Manager 17 or 18, where basically if you played low crosses in from out wide, you scored goals. The classic Football Manager goal. Even when a striker was in position to shoot on target, he'd generally play it out wide, get into the box, and then hit it first time when it came in. Always a goal. Pretty similar here in that there is a way of playing that seems to work, and it's just getting it up over the top every single time. The likes of Dawson does really well. His stats aren't brilliant, actually, Tom Dawson, but combined they do the job. Again, top scorer for this season. Out of possession, you'll see it's all standard stuff. High line of engagement, high defensive line. That does leave us a bit vulnerable, to be honest. We force the opposition outside. I think there's nothing there. And then tighter marking and prevent short goalkeeper distribution with an extremely urgent pressing intensity. There's nothing really out of the ordinary. And this is what's strange, is that we've gone through the leagues without too much of a flex. Every now and again I do change things around, as mentioned there, the 4-3-3. Also on occasions, certainly during games, I will drop a striker back into midfield, and that has the effect of putting one of the central midfielders also back. It makes me think that Football Manager is too easy. I'm waiting for it to become difficult in this save. Signing players, it's not much of a problem. They come up on the scouting report, they get suggested to you, you give them a trial, see what they're like, and then sign them. Everybody here is on a zero-wage contract, just appearance fees, apart from the player physio, which I think is Gary Roberts, who's 35 years old and probably due to retire at the end of this season, at which point he'll just become a staff member. Everybody else, and they're all young players, mostly, as well. You know, Ede's young, Dawson is, Salmon, Jonty Booch is, I think he's only 19 now. Same with the defence. Yeah, there he is. His stats aren't brilliant. I mean, there's a couple of yellow stats, and that's what I look for, really, to start with. But yeah, it's a bit demoralising, and it really puts me off. And that's why I've been playing so many games off camera, because it's just difficult to kind of play each week when you're winning 7-3 or 6-2 or 5-2, which we did in 2 games in succession against Burgess Hill and then Chipstead. It's a puzzling one. I don't know what to do, whether it's the best thing to take the series off YouTube, wait until we're in the Vanarama North, and then go from there. In the meantime, I'm going to keep playing games because I just want to get through it now. And level 8 does not enthuse me at all. They're not local sides anymore. They're not teams that I particularly care about at all. We've been put in the Isthmian League South Central Division, which seems strange. I haven't looked through the Isthmian leagues, to be honest. This is one thing I haven't done. So I do wonder if I go into the north. See, they don't look northern clubs to me. I don't know whether I'm going mad. The Southeast League. I'm trying to find a local team that I know about here. Northern Premier League. We're not the Northern Premiers though, are we? So maybe there isn't one. Maybe that's why we're in here. I will do some research and find out exactly which one we should be in. Maybe it is this one. But it just doesn't seem right. If I look at Cheshunt, where they're based, I should really have checked this before we started, admittedly. Where's Cheshunt Stadium? Doesn't say. The city of Cheshunt. Well, that doesn't help me, does it? Jesus Christ. Where is Albion Sports? That's who we're playing today. You can't be based in Albion, surely. Farsley. Farsley Celtic and the pitching in Southern Premier South. No, that's not near us. Scarborough, former champions. This is where Chippenham are, team that beat us in the FA Cup. I'm not entirely certain that we're in the right league. This is obviously a created database downloaded from the FM editor 85, I think. Just not sure whether we've been placed in the right league. It's a bit odd. I might send him a message and see what he thinks. I'll get back to you on that one. Today's fixture, however, as noted, is against Albion Sports, a battle of the Albions. And in a few seconds, I will see you over at the Citadel as manager Kulwinder Sandhu leads out his team. I'll see you there. Welcome back to the Citadel. It is a pitching in Isthmian League South Central Division, and I've been doing some research. So Albion Sports are in Farsley, which is in Yorkshire. So you'd think that makes sense. Leyland Albion should be the team from north. But then I look at Cheshunt FC, and they're based in London, as far as I can work out, or just on the outskirts of London, I should say, in all fairness. Are there that many teams southern to them that they can't be put in a different league? I'm really after going to do some research on this one, where I just map out where all the grounds are, because I think it's just a little bit weird. As we get underway at the Citadel, Lawler and Lent central defence. Fans aren't too happy about that. They think it might be a bit of a soft underbelly, and to be honest, I don't think they're wrong. It always is the defence that is a bit of a concern for us, as Albion plays Albion. Top left. Okay. Difficult to tell if we're winning then, although obviously no goals have gone in as of yet. In terms of the whole team, may as well just go through it. Fallows in goal. He's come in this season. Done pretty well. Can't really complain. Corral, Lent, Lawler and Fallon at the back four. Fallon, bit of an issue. In fact, both him and Corral, the board aren't too happy with their performances, it has to be said, which is a bit rich considering that we're winning all of our games, only losing that one to Chippenham as Sheldon Payne crosses Corral now. Oh, it's cut out a great save, but they do have a player. Is it us? It's us. It's Dawson. Oh no, that is awful news, as he looks to have picked up an injury. Corral there, probably going to pick up a booking. No, he's not. I'm going to give Dawson until half time before we substitute him. In midfield, we've got Roberts and Booch, and then it's Payne on the right, Ede on the left. Inconsistent is Josh Ede at the moment. Up front, Tom Dawson, as mentioned, picked up a bit of a knock already, and then Lewis Salmon, who is in some really good form. Don't you do the running, Tom. Pass it away, will you? There you go, Salmon. Oh, I should have taken the shot on first time, son. Just got corralled out by the Albion Sports defence here at the Citadel. As now Fallon forward. Ede's with him. Ede's just backed off there. Okay. Salmon through. Is it a goal? No, it's a good save by the goalkeeper. After saying that Football Manager is a bit too easy, it would be a bit churlish if we suffered our first league defeat of the season, wouldn't it? Yes, is the answer to that one. As James Dodd makes another good suggestion. Really liking James Dodd as our assistant, as there's one of those quick kick-outs that we mentioned. Salmon through now. Dawson and Salmon. 17th of the season. Was he offside? I don't think he was. But you never know. Ball comes in. Dawson. It was Dawson I thought may have been offside. But he's got the assist. Will we see a replay for a tight offside? We will. This is what I'm looking at. See, it's not that one though, is it? He was well on, I knew that. And we have hit Albion Sports on the counter-attack. An XG of 1.2 already. Not even half time. Slightly more possession, less pass percentage completed. But if we are on the front foot, it's only to be expected, really. Dawson is going to come off just before the break. I do have an issue in that my recording software places the recording little icon down in the bottom left corner where I would make the change. So on comes Connor Finlayson. So basically I'm going senior striker for senior striker. That's the plan. Anyway, just moments before half time. Let's see if that makes a difference in the second stanza. Into the dressing room. An XG. Look at that. They've got 0.12. So complacent, they've not even got off the bus, have they? And the second half begins. Yeah, Albion Sports also making a bit of a change. As here comes Roberts. Payne back to Corral. Not going anywhere though. And that's again a bit disappointing for him. He just hasn't performed well this season. But I have no other right back that I trust at the club, really. As Booch comes forward, look at that ball over the top for Salmon. Oh, it's a chip against the post. They call him Fishy because he loves the chips. And I'll tell you what, he's been doing that for fun. 17 goals to his name. And it's a good strike by Albion Sports, narrowly wide. Albion Sports just coming back into it now. Would be good to get a second goal on the board. As Lewis Salmon plays in Finlayson. Booch now sends Payne wide. He plays it in then. Nothing doing though. Good defending by Albion Sports, has to be said. And now they'll look to spring the counter, which does not garner a highlight for the home side. We don't really keep clean sheets. As we're told that Matt Lawler is fine. Fine, James Dodd, fine. As now Hartley clutches the ball, but he's not making a quick kick out, as Wharton is now on the field. Quite a local name, obviously. Wharton being up here in the northwest as well. Just outside Wesham, Kirkham, that sort of area. Wolfenden, he's been central since coming on the field. That's a good clearance. Sorry, it clears off the line, does Fallon. As again Wolfenden involved. Fallows makes the save. Right lads, we seem to be a little bit under the cosh here. As Salmon goes through, it's another good save though. He's had his chances, isn't he? Corral for Heslop? No, don't be ridiculous. Booch is on his last legs. I think he's the one we're going to take off. And he's on a booking. He'll come off for Heslop. As now, we were looking to build an attack, but I covered up the screen. Sorry about that. Finlayson now offside. Oh, this is the type of game where Albion Sports will just grab a late one. Yeah, Corral concedes the corner. I mean, good positioning from him. Stop the cross. Fair play. And now it's cleared up to Finlayson. Right, on your bike, son. Go on. Away with yourself. Heslop through. And it's Salmon with the goal. Was he offside? No, he's on. Surely. Looks like he was on. Finlayson here. Oh, he's in two minds, isn't he? Just dallies on the ball. Croft gets a foot in. And Heslop finds Salmon with a good through ball. The movement there by Salmon. This is why he's starting. More goals than Finlayson. Better contribution. Look at that. He's dead in line, isn't he? The defender's stepping out. He's stepping in. And he just beats the goalkeeper. All ends up. Really good play. 2-0. I do like the sight of Wolfenden, I have to say, for Albion Sports. Over there at left back. Defence being the problem position that it is. As Fallows makes a good save. Tipping the ball over the bar. And considering that we've only just scored, it's good that he's keeping a clean sheet here. Now Finlayson taken out cynically. Haswell's got to go in the book, and he does. Referee Matthew Dixon. Well played, son. Dom Jackson's now going to get a bit of a ticking off as well. We're going to have to close Curtis Press down. The 92nd minute, James. Our assistant manager there, taking a bit of a privilege, I think. As Jackson is now working the ball through. And there's the consolation. Tom Killifin. Now there's 2 minutes on the clock. Yes, all right. Close down, Peters. Wasn't him that scored, was it? Not involved. Oh, it's a good triangle of passes as well. Haswell involved. Man on a yellow card. So we're now just going to go back to a defensive stance and hope that we can just keep hold of the ball. Corner flag, Sheldon. Mike, corner flag. Oh, he's played the ball straight over the top for no reason. 45 seconds to go and you're giving the ball away. Payne now, what's he doing? Trying to play for a penalty, it looks like. As Gary Roberts there, Johnny on the spot, wraps up the win for Leyland Albion. Good finish by him. Just no messing about. Just had enough of this. Albion Sports thinking they might get a point here. Payne in, and look at that, it's just boom. The power on the strike. Goalkeeper not even able to flinch. He was that good. Well played, Gary Roberts. No wonder we pay you about 100 quid a week. As the ball goes over the top, this will be game over now. We've played about a minute more than was signalled. Let's not let them get a second, shall we? There we go. Fallows just going to slow things down. He's giving it away. Ref, are you going to blow your whistle, son? Ref. We've now played about 90 seconds more than we should have. Wharton, take it easy. There we go. And that is the end result. Good play all round, I'd say. Lent at the back, actually doing pretty well. 7.3 rating. And it's Salmon who earns player of the match. Absolutely, as well he should. So that has moved us then 6 points clear at the top of the league from Cheshunt. Really important that we keep getting these wins on the board. I'd like to actually get the title wrapped up as soon as possible, but there's always one team, I'm sure Football Manager managers go with it, know all about it when you're on top, but there's always one team just chasing you down and getting close and preventing you from really celebrating an early title. In this case, it's probably going to be the likes of Cheshunt or Marlow. They seem to be our nearest challengers. But that win now, we've played 11 games in the league this season. And we are 33 points. 11 wins out of 11. Down at the bottom, the likes of Dunstable and Chertsey are occupying the relegation places. So in this league, I can't remember if we did this last season. I don't think we had a playoff. Level 9. It looks to be the champions go up along with the winners of the playoffs. As you can see, the screen gets a little bit shaded in. So you've got Cheshunt, Marlow, Burgess Hill, and then Ashford in Middlesex. I think that's what MIDDX stands for. As the current teams there, but obviously that'll change as we go through the season. Rugby expected, as you saw, to do well in terms of the season preview. So thank you for joining me today. Apologies that we've gone a little bit long, but I did think it was worth having the sort of discussion / tactic / results bit right at the start of the episode. Thank you very much. I'll see you on Monday, as hopefully we're towards the end of the season and we can find out just how Leyland Albion are doing. Hopefully we might even get into a cup final. I'm not too worried about the FA Vars this year. That's in the bag. We've got that. It's the North West Counties Cup that I really want. So perhaps the next episode could be the North West Counties final if we make it. I'll see you then.